I'm on day 3 of my cycle and decided to ask ChatGPT how society might be different if men had periods. And this is what it had to say. Rather than being seen as a hindrance or weakness, periods might be framed as a source of strength, resilience, and even divine power. Men might boast about enduring cramps as a sign of toughness, similar to how they frame physical endurance in sports or military service. Initiation into manhood could center on the first period, celebrated with rituals or ceremonies similar to bar mitzvahs or coming-of-age events. Menstrual cycles might be associated with spiritual transformation, wisdom, and maturity. Male leaders might lean into cyclical leadership using different phases of the menstrual cycle as an asset. For example, men might claim greater intuitive power during certain phases and demand time for visionary leadership during others. Decision-making processes could be restructured to accommodate these high insight phases. Masculinity would be reimagined to include vulnerability, rest, and cyclical self-awareness. Taking time off for periods wouldn't be seen as lazy, but as responsible self-care. Men with greater access to high-tech menstrual products like wearable devices to track and manage cramps might use this to their advantage in work and social status. In a capitalist society, premium cycle optimization tools might emerge, further widening social class divide. Politicians might talk openly about their cycles, using it as a way to demonstrate their natural leadership or heightened intuition. Men might even claim that certain stages of their cycle make them more fit for decision-making, leading to societal structures that cater to these fluctuations. Paid menstrual leave would be normalized, but since men would be the beneficiaries, it would be seen as an essential health right rather than a special accommodation. Workplace policies might shift to include period power weeks, where men are encouraged to rest, innovate, or work from home. Menstrual synchronization among coworkers could be seen as a team advantage, with synchronized teams planning collaborative projects during their high energy phases. Companies might develop cycle calendars to coordinate projects. Historically, medical research has focused on male bodies as the default. If men had periods, there would be an enormous shift towards understanding every aspect of the menstrual cycle. Conditions like PMS, PMDD, endometriosis, and fibroids, currently under-researched and underfunded, would be studied with urgency and seriousness. Treatments for cramps, bloating, and emotional shifts would be fast-tracked. Painkillers for menstrual cramps would be as common as allergy medication, and medical research would likely create targeted, effective, and side-effect-free treatments for period-related pain. Menstrual care would move beyond pads, tampons, and cups. Men might demand ultra-convenient, invisible solutions, such as wearable pain relief patches, hormone regulators, or even implants that pause menstruation for convenience. Instead of being a niche field within gynecology, menstrual health would become a standalone field of medical study. Medical schools would offer cycle medicine as a core curriculum, with top specialists and surgeons focusing on cycle optimization, pain relief, and performance enhancement linked to the cycle. Men would likely turn to biohacking and optimization of their cycles. Companies might market phase boosters, supplements, apps, or wearable tech that promises to increase productivity and reduce discomfort during certain phases. Endometriosis and PCOS, which affect millions of women today, would be taken more seriously. Since men would experience them too, they'd be classified as urgent public health crises. Research on cures, early detection, and effective treatments would be fast-tracked. Menstrual products would likely be free or subsidized under health insurance plans. Pads, tampons, menstrual cups, and high-tech period devices would be as ubiquitous as razors or deodorant. Period poverty, which affects millions of menstruating people today, would be seen as a global crisis requiring policy intervention. All health insurance plans would cover period-related healthcare needs, including medication for PMS, pain relief, and specialized treatments for endometriosis, PCOS, and fertility tracking. Period optimization plans might become part of wellness programs. Just as there are national campaigns for heart disease, mental health, and cancer awareness, there would be widespread public health campaigns for Menstrual Health Awareness Month, led by male athletes, politicians, and celebrities. Emotional shifts tied to hormonal fluctuations would be seen as natural intelligence rather than something to be controlled. Men might use this to justify emotional outbursts or needing space, reframing emotional cycles as a tool for leadership and insight. Since men would be more attuned to the emotional and physical toll of the menstrual cycle, societal expectations around emotional labor might shift. Emotional well-being would be prioritized in the workplace, and emotional processing days might be standard in work schedules. If men had periods, power and medical research would shift in dramatic ways. Menstruation would be seen as a sign of strength, maturity, and wisdom, leading to cultural pride around cycles. Men would demand better health care, workplace accommodations, and product innovation, resulting in the normalization of paid menstrual leave, more effective treatments, and the complete destigmatization of menstruation. Research on menstrual health would be robust, with conditions like endometriosis, PCOS, and PMS treated as urgent global health priorities. Ultimately, menstruation would be viewed as an integral part of health and power, not as a liability. And this is why, as a women's health specialist with 6 years of experience, I teach women to live in alignment with their cycle without shame. As women, we deserve to understand how our bodies work and how to work with our bodies so that we can thrive in society. Follow for more content on women's health education, menstrual cycle optimization, and cycle empowerment.